Hello, everybody. Welcome into Honest Game Perspectives, the show where we play games, talk about what's good, talk about what's bad, and see if it's worth your money or, more importantly, worth your time. And today we have a bonus episode this week. A little bit of a different schedule than our typical Saturdays and Mondays. We have a bonus video. And that's because with Rockstar's news that Grand Theft Auto 6 was getting delayed, I wanted to make that video for Monday, and this was the original Monday video that we are now making in the middle of the week. But before we dive into today's topic, I want to make something a little clear for you guys if it hasn't been apparent up until now. And that's that I really try to stay away from making negative content about games. I play my video games, I make reviews, I talk about my opinions, but I try to stay away from publishing any kind of video that is 100% negative about a topic. I think there are videos I've made where I talk about unfortunate things with games, but I always try to find silver linings or at least some sort of positive thing when I'm talking about a game. And I almost never, probably can't think of any, but I never make any previews of game videos where I'm talking negatively about the overall aspect. It's usually with a hint of wishful thinking or hope that they can change something that maybe they've showed to the public. All that to say that we're not here to really bash Borderlands 4, but I'm just asking a genuine question. Who has asked and who wants Borderlands 4? Now let's start with the big picture here. The Borderlands franchise used to be a powerhouse. I remember when I was younger that every time a Borderlands game would come out, I was really excited to play it. But things have been a little shaky, to say the least, over the last couple of years. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which was a standalone, separate RPG style game, had, to put it politely, a lukewarm reception. Not a total failure, but far from the smash hits or what anything with the name Borderlands 3, 4, 5 would probably have been successful on it. And we can't mention Borderlands failures without mentioning the live action movie that was beyond a flop. I mean, it was the second worst grossing movie in the year that it was released. Now, that doesn't always tell the full story because some franchises spend a lot of money. All you need to know is, did you watch it? I didn't watch it, so that kind of tells you how well it did. Meanwhile, other franchises are thriving with the recent success of the Minecraft movie, and a couple of years ago with the success of the Mario movie. I think it's popular and it's easy to say that video game adaptations into movies can be made. However, I'm just trying to set the groundwork that Borderlands hasn't really been swinging well over the last couple of years, especially with their most recent release. Now let's talk about the recent showcase that Borderlands did. We got a glimpse of gameplay, and honestly, it looked fine. Nothing broken, nothing unwatchable, but also nothing exciting. I really didn't see much new, nothing that screamed out, this is why this game needs to exist, this is our new idea. Like, nothing seemed to be new in the game. It seemed like it was just another Borderlands. Even more curious about it is that it seems like Gearbox is leaning into the hybrid multiplayer format, less solo narrative adventure and more co-op grind. And that's a big departure from the series' roots. Borderlands has always been a co-op friendly game, but the backbone was completing the single player experiences with hilarious writing, stylized visuals, and a mountain of loot. And that seems like they're kind of going away from that. Now, when I was a kid, I really enjoyed everything about the earlier Borderlands. I remember playing Borderlands 1 in preparation of Borderlands 2 back in the day, and I remember Borderlands 2 was a game I actually went to a midnight release for. For those of you who are maybe a little bit younger, you couldn't always just buy games online. You had to actually go to the store and talk to people. That's kind of gross. I spend most of my time talking to my microphone. But nevertheless, that was how you got games. And so I was always excited to play the Borderlands. But now my taste has changed. The gun, shoot bad guy, go quest to quest loop, it just really doesn't seem like it's a game that's going to be successful. But neither does the co-op multiplayer. It seems like they're taking the worst of two outdated qualities and combining them to make one game. The whole showcase really just had me begging the question which inspired this video, which is, who is this game for? It's not for the kids, right? Because they're off playing Roblox and Fortnite and whatever the trend is blowing up on TikTok this week. I understand that. So it's not for them. It's not for the young gamers because they've moved past this formula. They're playing the really highly competitive ranked games like Valorant and CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege. They're playing all those games that are really high competitive level because that's just what they're doing. So it leads me to think that it's for the people who originally played this game, which is me. I'm that demographic. But I have zero interest in this game. I've seen the failures that have been made over the last couple of years, and simply creating new dialogue and different scenery is not going to make me want to come back to the same old formula and series with the addition of being able to play with my friends. When I play a game like Borderlands, I don't think I'd want to play with my friends. I'd want to play the story and enjoy it. And here's the part that really stings. And this is unfortunately the mature part that I cannot stop thinking about. Gearbox Software, which is the studio that develops Borderlands, has so many other IPs they could be invested in. Homeworld 3, Risk of Rain. Those are games that are out that have dedicated communities that there's a potential there for improvement and people who want to play those games and see improvement. And Borderlands 4, I don't want it to flop, but I'm almost certain it will. And for the people who have made this game, the developers who have worked hard on this game, no doubt have skill, no doubt have potential, they're going to lose their jobs. The teams are going to get cut. The overall response of how this game does will affect people's real life. And I think it's just a bad opportunity to waste development talent that could be working on something fresh or something that already has a meaningful, determined community behind it. They're stuck chasing ghosts of past success, which is what we see far too many times in today's world. I really hope we try to shift this towards the direction of original and new IPs are not something that gamers don't want. What we don't want are outdated, worn down games that we played when we were kids. The nostalgic feeling is not going to get us to spend $70 and feel like it was a good investment. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed your time while you were here. Let's keep the conversation going down in the comments. Did you watch the showcase? Was there anything different in this game that maybe you're excited for? Are you excited for Borderlands 4? Or are you not? Are you on my view thinking? Do you have difference of opinions? Let me know in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going, and I will see you guys on Saturday.